There is a barrier trial, folks, coming up shortly, a barrier trial.
Ready to jump. Gates are back. Mastery came out very quickly, going straight to the front, Bargain away fast and showing speed. Space Age on the fence. Sim again moving up to be fourth from Prophet's Kiss and Edward Bray in the centre. It's a dawdling tempo in the early stages, and Mastery pulled his way to the front and went clear by 2 lengths on that first bend. Bargain was second, Space Age in close attendance third. Then Edward Bray, the Canterbury Cup winner from Prophet's Kiss, and Sim again whipped them in. Mastery in charge down the back, and he's just relaxed beautifully for Hugh Bowman, the short price favourite. He's bowling along at his own leisure at the moment, leading by over a length on Bargain. 3/4 away, Space Age, 2 lengths Edward Bray, Prophet's Kiss, and the Grafton Cup winner Sim again last, 6 lengths away from Mastery. Heading up towards the 850, Mastery letting out by a length and a half. He pilots the field at his own leisure at the moment, the short price favourite. Space Age is well positioned on the fence from Edward Bray, Prophet's Kiss and Sim again. Coming up to the 650, and Mastery just sneaking away. He starts to increase the tempo, Bowman. Led by a length on Bargain, now giving chase from Space Age. Being set alight, Edward Bray, 3 out, coming with a fast run. 2 lengths to Prophet's Kiss and Sim again, a bit flat-footed last as they come to the bend. 400 metres to go. Mastery in front by over a length. He comes around the corner in front of Space Age, desperately looking for an inside run. Edward Bray chimes in from Bargain. They've reached the 250. Mastery in front. Edward Bray looming as a danger, but Mastery's got a kick. Space Age behind them. Edward Bray trying to get to Mastery. Mastery in front. He's fighting off the challenge of Edward Bray with 50 to go. Edward Bray's lunging again. Mastery in front, and I think he won it. Mastery from Edward Bray, third, Space Age from Bargain, then Prophet's Kiss, and last in Sim again. Another great finish to the running of the second race of the day between the favourite on the inside, that is Mastery, and on the outside Edward Bray. Edward Bray was going to get to him on a couple of occasions. Mastery kept beating him off. Then Edward Bray would have another crack at him. Here's our slow-mo coming up. And as they go to the line, ooh, that's tight. That is tight. I've got to say, from my naked eye, from where I stand here, I thought the inside had a margin, Mastery. And he has. That angle can be a little bit deceptive, that photo finish angle. The last one looked to have won on the replay by a good short head. He only won by a half head. And the inside Mastery, doesn't he love a photo finish? He's won it by an absolute breath from Edward Bray. And third prize going to Space Age as we wait for the finish links. One thing about the Canterbury track, the angle here is very true. What you normally see invariably happens, unlike Rose Hill and Warwick Farm. They are very tricky angles at that track. Here at Canterbury Park, the angle is generally pretty well spot on. And Mastery, ridden by Hugh Bowman, has prevailed. He was able to get a beautiful run in front. There was no speed to take him on in the early stages. Hugh just riding in great form, great heart, and beautifully trained here by Kylie Gavenlock. He's had a narrow margin from Edward Bray and Space Age in third position after the running of the second race from the park.
The riders involved there are Grant Buckley and Hugh Bowman. Now, there's the totes at Newcastle and Magic Chevelle, Perfect Pam and Appian, along with the Quinellas and Trifectas. We may get a look at the head-on, although they'll probably have the protest result first. But they're set to go at the Valley. Here is Greg Miles.
Thorso and Kincaid dropped out to the tail early. Newton and Our Liaison are the two to bound out of the stalls, and they meet the first together with Newton going to the lead and kicking a couple of lengths in front. From Our Liaison second, Big Zap dropped in third. Just Dynamite is fourth on the outside, and then a length to Corker's Boy between those two. 2 lengths and Stephen Wellback, and Kincaid dropped out to be last of all. Turning out of the straight the first time now, and Newton for Barry Cash of the Irish team, speeding away with a good lead, about to cross down to the inside and onto that steeplechase lane. The leader is Newton by about 4 lengths. Our Liaison is second. Just Dynamite is wider out in third. Big Zap is a handy fourth as he comes along towards the second fence in the race. Got over that one okay today. Corker's Boy improving up outside Big Zap, and back behind them is St Stephen, who rests over on the inside next to last, and last of all is Corker's Boy. Into the back straight on the first occasion, and Newton's lead has been whittled back a bit. He's about 2.5 in front. Just Dynamite moved up to second. Half a length to Corker's Boy now third, and Our Liaison ease back fourth the inside. One to Big Zap, one to St Stephen, and 2 lengths Cockade. A double approaches them down the back straight on the first circuit. Newton over at 3 lengths in front. Just Dynamite second. Corker's Boy 3/4 away in third place as they leap that. He didn't get over it all that well. Then Big Zap a length and a half away from Our Liaison fifth to rail. 3 lengths to St Stephen and 4 lengths to Corker's Boy. Up the side they come in the first round, and there's a double meeting them down the school's side, and Newton is the leader, 2 lengths in front. Just Dynamite, last year's winner, is in second placing. Corker's Boy around him, and Big Zap is deeper out on the course. Couple of lengths away to Our Liaison, and then St Stephen patiently ridden, who's second last, and 3 lengths to Cockade. At the second of that double down the side, they've nearly done a circuit, and Newton is a length and a half in front. Corker's Boy is in second placing, so the Irish riders are 1-2. They need a trifecta finish to steal the championship, and around the turn the first time, Newton in front, Corker's Boy second. Our Liaison is now third over on the inside of Just Dynamite. Big Zap happy to trek out wide. St Stephen is in behind them. Next to last there for Craig Durden, and last Corker's Boy, as Newton put in a good leap at that fence. That'll be the last on the next circuit. They've done a lap now, down to the post, a circuit to go, and Newton tries to do it all at big odds. He leads by 3 lengths. Corker's Boy is second. Our Liaison is third. Fourth is Just Dynamite. Big Zap fifth the outside. St Stephen hasn't spent a cent over on the fence for Craig Durden, and last of all still is Cockade for Philip Carberry. Hasn't been able to tack onto them really. Back down to the lane again. 5 fences to get over, and Newton's lead about 3 lengths now to Corker's Boy, and Our Liaison close to the inside. Big Zap has gone very, very wide with Just Dynamite at that first of the double up the side. St Stephen in behind them, and Cockade second of the double. Newton the leader from Corker's Boy as they jump it. Our Liaison still third. Big Zap out wide. Followed Just Dynamite, who's losing a bit of ground, and St Stephen's gone past him now. So he's second last, Just Dynamite, and Cockade is 3 lengths away, still last of all, and ridden along. Newton by the 1,000 metres comes to the double down the back, a length in front of Our Liaison and Corker's Boy as they go to the first of that double. Big Zap deep out as fourth, and St Stephen just behind them fifth, still being patiently ridden by Durden, and they've kicked away on Cockade, and Just Dynamite's dropped out the last of all. 3 to jump, 800 to go. Newton the leader from Corker's Boy. The Irish are giving it a great sight. They're still 1-2. Our Liaison is in third placing, hooking over their heels now. Then St Stephen through on the rails to fourth as they come to the third last one. Newton's gone. He's been headed by Corker's Boy, and Our Liaison with St Stephen chiming in on the inside. Has this been a ride? Here's the second last fence coming up now. Corker's Boy in the middle, St Stephen on the rail, just about joining him. Our Liaison feels the pinch a little, drops back to third, and then there's a break to Newton, but the battle's up in front. And as they came around the home turn, Corker's Boy for Shane McCann leads by about a length. St Stephen, Craig Durden, and they're going to fight the race out with Corker's Boy kicking away with a good lead. Our Liaison held down third, but the last fence coming up now. Corker's Boy at the last put in a good leap. He's about 2 lengths in front of St Stephen, and then a gap to Our Liaison and Corker's Boy. Shane McCann deserves this win. He's been riding brilliantly, gets his first win, and Corker's Boy wins it from St Stephen second. Third is Our Liaison, a long distance back. Then Cockade getting up for fourth. Big Zap just struggled on, and in behind them were Newton, and a bad last is Just Dynamite just walking over the line.
Ireland first, Australia second and third. That's the Irish versus Australia series going on in Melbourne. Corker's Boy, Shane McCann, $5.30 and $2.50. St Stephen, who was ridden by Craig Durden, $2.10. And number 7, Our Liaison, Brian Constable, no third dividend. 2-3-7, win and place totes on the second at the Valley. Now, that protest was dismissed, of course, and the favourite, Mastery, held on to the verdict from Master Bray and Space Age. And there are the Quinellas and trifectas for New South Wales, Super Tab and Queensland. But rather strange, but hopefully okay. Josh Pollard, they're set at Canterbury Park for race 3. Here's Terry Bailey.
Planiceps well backed. They're racing. Planiceps jumped away quickly with Miss Doopsy, and Storm Princess is mustering speed to go to the front. Storm Princess will lead. Second, Planiceps, and moving to third, Chiming Lass. Then Amethysta, Miss Doopsy. Pravda getting back with Impeachable and about 3 lengths to Gentle Princess. Storm Princess in front of Charming Lass. Planiceps has caught out 3 wide and there's no cover. Amethysta sneaking up on the fence. Then came Miss Doopsy out wide. Impeachable pulling in the centre. Pravda back on the fence and the leader has really slowed them up to a jog. And 2 lengths to Gentle Princess. 650 to run. Storm Princess in front. 3/4 Charming Lass. Amethysta on the fence. Planiceps wide. 1 away Impeachable. Then Miss Doopsy. Pravda is awkwardly positioned. She's second last on the fence and the leader will really sprint home the last 600 metres. And then came Gentle Princess. Storm Princess before the bend. 3/4 Charming Lass and Planiceps 3 wide. Miss Doopsy 4 wide. 1.5 to Amethysta. Impeachable, Pravda, Gentle Princess as they straighten up. Charming Lass to Storm Princess. Planiceps 3 out. A length away in the field. Miss Doopsy. No run. Pravda back on the inside. Then Amethysta. Storm Princess is headed off by Charming Lass. Charming Lass in front of Storm Princess. Charming Lass drew 3/4 on Storm Princess and Planiceps, and she's too good. Charming Lass just on a length, Storm Princess. Planiceps third from Amethysta, Miss Doopsy, Impeachable. No real run in the straight, Pravda, and last in Gentle Princess. Stand by for the numbers, but Glenn Boss on Charming Lass. The leaders have walked.
One of the last to go into line. A Scenic Warrior, the last to go into line. That's the favourite. And as they make up a pretty good line, let's go now. There's What a Blast going in. Set to go, Moonee Valley. Here's Greg.
Ready to go, Mitchell Mackenzie, 1,000 metres dash. Set racing. Scenic Warrior began okay. Turak Thunder flew out. So did Marbaton from the outside barrier. Happy Giggle began well, and just off them in the early part is Sound the Alarm. Scenic Warrior dropped out last through the first 250, where Turak Thunder had crossed over and led. A neck clear from Marbaton up second, a length and a half away in third placing. Then Happy Giggle on the outside. Sound the Alarm ahead away in 2 lengths then to Slipstream. Scenic Warrior getting up on the inside of it, and What a Blast is last. 500 to go, and Turak Thunder about a neck in front from Marbaton the outside, a length and a half to Happy Giggle. Sound the Alarm fourth, held up a little though, and then Slipstream. Scenic Warriors also held up coming up towards the turn, and What a Blast last of the 7. Marbaton has raced up and taken the lead at any old odds round the turn. Turak Thunder struggling. On the outside, Slipstream coming with its run and burst to the front. Scenic Warriors after it in the clear. Slipstream the leader. Scenic Warrior a length and a half away, and Sound the Alarm getting a rails run. Slipstream is just in front though, and Slipstream sees it through and wins it. About a neck on the post to either Scenic Warrior or Sound the Alarm on the fence. Then came Marbaton and a break behind them to What a Blast. A long break, Turak Thunder, who struggled badly in the run home, and so did Happy Giggle last of all. Easy in the betting, but number 3, Slipstream, has scored a strong win in the Mitchell Mackenzie Stakes. Keeps his unbeaten record intact for Darren Gauci and Matthew Ellerton. Number 3, the winner, Slipstream, Darren Gauci. Second placing to 6 Scenic Warrior, Damien Oliver. And third will go to Sound the Alarm, number 4, over on the inside.
Right, Slipstream, Scenic Warrior and Sound the Alarm, the placings there on the 4th at the 3rd at Moonee Valley. And that was a Vobis winner. L1 LA Suez, $8. Number 8, Cajun Jester, $8.60. And number 5, Chin Hoi, $9.50. They're the fancied runners now for race 4. Stanzaic and Mulin Princess, though, are in the battle for favouritism. Race 4 at Eagle Farm. And number 1, Gondola, out of Morrison, $2.30. Spirited Grace, $4.70. Set to go, Canterbury Park. Race 4, here's Terry.
They're off. And Cajun Jester began very quickly with Haunting Spirit. Stanzake and Blazing Flight driving through looking for the lead. 2 lengths away to Lise and Mulan Princess from LA Suez, Chinoy and Joss Dix on settling. And Blazing Flight punched up on the fence to lead Cajun Jester by a long head. A length away is Haunting Spirit and Stanzake on the fence. And Mulan Princess moving up to be a close 5th. 2 lengths away, Lise, LA Suez, then Chinoy and Joss Dix still last as they come down the side. Haunting Spirit moving up to Blazing Flight, but he's 3 wide. Cajun Jester splits the pair. Mulan Princess outside of Stanzake. So the 2 favourites race together. 2 lengths to Lise outside of LA Suez, then Chinoy, and Joss Dix last as they approach the bend at the 400. Haunting Spirit went to a narrow lead from Blazing Flight. Cajun Jester now between them. Then Stanzake and Mulan Princess coming to the outside from LA Suez. Stanzake's 3 out, but he's after Haunting Spirit and then Cajun Jester. Mulan Princess under the bat. Lise running on from LA Suez. Stanzake hands and heels, confident riding, went to the front at the 100 mark. LA Suez getting up on the fence. Mulan Princess and Chinoy late, but Stanzake's too good. Stanzake has beaten Mulan Princess, not sure third. LA Suez, Chinoy, and then came Haunting Spirit, all in the photo. They were followed by Cajun Jester, Lise. Well back in the race would have been Blazing Flight and Joss Dix last. Great first up horse, Stanzake. He really is, and he's gone on with a very comfortable win here. Hands and heels for a winning double for Glenn Boss, never at any stage getting anxious in the saddle, and Stanzake has come on for a most comprehensive victory. He was well placed today against Mulan Princess at the weights, considering that he had won 360-odd thousand. She'd only won 76, and she was only in receipt of 1.5 kilos from Stanzake, and she's been too good. She's run second, Mulan Princess. Beaten, but far from disgrace. She did this first up at Canterbury last campaign. Just had no firepower in the last 400 metres. She'll improve greatly on that run. And LA Suez, what a bottle of a run for him as he prepares for the Cox Plate, finishing in 3rd position. 4.71 confirmed. The time is 19.81. Record is 192. They've come home 34.99. Couple of very good performances there, the first 3 in particular, Shadow.
Number 6, it's well in commission, $4.50. And best of the rest, number 9, Operettas at $9.70. That's the way they line up in race 4 at Moonee Valley. We'll be back on the other side of this break.
Queen out fairly, Operettas away fast, Blab slow to move, couldn't go the early pace. Little Miss Marnie, Arrogance and Calming got away fast. After going 150, Calming found the lead. Arrogance a neck away, second, 1.5 lengths, Little Miss Marnie. Queen and Operettas get up along the inside of her, and then 2 lengths further back is Wataroa. 1.5 lengths to Just Fun, Weekend Surprise. Sweet City Sue a good way back, so is Radio Sky, Quit Smoking and Blab last through the gap. And the leader Calming nearly 1 length in front of Arrogance. Little Miss Marnie improving out wide at a 3rd. Queen 1 length away on the inside, and they're followed by Wataroa. Operettas next, hard ridden with Weekend Surprise and Just Fun, and then came Radio Sky as they neared the corner. Calming from Arrogance, Little Miss Marnie now under the whip, and wider out 2 lengths away as Wataroa as they swing into the straight now. Little Miss Marnie after Calming and Arrogance in the centre, wider out Wataroa. Little Miss Marnie now got to the lead. Arrogance kicks back and Wataroa starting to mow them all down the outside now. Wataroa's grabbing them out wide, I think got there. Wataroa, I reckon, might have got up and won this from Little Miss Marnie and Arrogance. Just behind them, Operettas, and then Calming. Blab made some ground from Weekend Surprise, Radio Sky. Back behind them to finish in the race, then Just Fun and Quit Smoking, followed by Sweet City Sue. And a long last in the race is Queen. Stand by for numbers here. Terrific finish to the race. And at big odds, Wataroa's grabbed them out wide and has got it, number 12. Wataroa is the winner. Last start, Doomben winner, where she led all the way. Big odds today, and she's grabbed them in the last couple of strides to win. Number 12. Second placing to number 4, Little Miss Marnie. Brett Preble, third, number 5. Arrogance, ridden by Patrick Payne. 12, 4 and 5 the numbers. Well, a surprise to say the least. I don't think she came into discussion at any time throughout the morning. Queenslander, who won a last start at Doomben in a Class 3 fillies and mares, a maiden winner at the Gold Coast just 3 starts ago, and she's blown out some of the better fillies in Melbourne.
Yeah, trained by Bevan Lemming. That winner, What a Rower, swamped them the last bit. Neville Wilson on board at big odds, beating Little Miss Marnie, which was ridden by Brett Preble, and number 5 Arrogance at $2.60. And Dead Set Not Gary Grills. Now at Elwick, race 5, due in 2 minutes, and the fancied runners, number 2, Monday.
Assertive Lad's been firm in the betting, and there's been specking Century Kid. This is a race reserved for the top line 3-year-olds, the up-and-coming at Group 2 level. And they're all set. Ready to jump. Zariz just a bit fidgety, gate 1. Settles now. Racing, Zariz jumped moderately. Great Crusader sprung out of the gate. He went to the front from Century Kid, and Zariz now rallying through on the rail from Koodamoodoo and Phoenix Park. They were followed by Assertive Lad and Fuwadi at the tail of the field. Jimmy Cassidy caught wide on Century Kid, and he's dashed up now to go to the front. He led by a length and a half on Zariz, with Great Crusader on the fence. 2 lengths Koodamoodoo and Phoenix Park the rail. 2 lengths Assertive Lad, and he's being pushed along hard by Boss, and Fuwadi's back with him at the tail. Century Kid 600 out, 1 in front of Zariz, travelling up comfortably. 3/4 away is Great Crusader from Koodamoodoo. Assertive Lad starting a run, but he's a fair way back with Fuwadi. And Phoenix Park has been shuffled back to the tail, but only 3 lengths covers the field as they turn the bend. 3:50 to go. Century Kid in front. York riding confidently on Zariz. Koodamoodoo 3 out. Then Phoenix Park looking for a run. Assertive Lad's well back and doing zilch at the 200 mark, and he now lets down the favourite. And Zariz had sprinted. He raced a length in front of Century Kid, who's fighting on well. Then Phoenix Park and Koodamoodoo, but Zariz is coming right away. Wanted to duck in, but he's too good. Zariz won at 2 lengths to Century Kid and Koodamoodoo. Then Phoenix Park, well back, Great Crusader, Fuwadi, and Assertive Lad, Stone Motherless last. Easy win to Zariz. Connections of Zariz would be jumping for joy. On the other hand, connections of Assertive Lad would be wondering what's happened. The wheels have fallen off. He was being pushed along a fair way out by his rider, Glenn Boss. And at the top of the straight, he was entitled to at least run on, but he's done nothing.
Pretty smart, Zariz, as he continues his winning way. That's 3 straight for Zariz. And started pretty short, $1.70 and $1.10. Century Kid second, Koodamoodoo third. And Assertive Lad, as Terry said, obviously, raced well below his best. There's the complete totes at the Gold Coast on the 5th, Pyfo, Slang and Plausible.
About to start another campaign. Already the winner of $4.7 million. Miss Penny Money, who's won 2 of 4 here, would pass the $1 million if she won today. Slavonic moved up into line. Vetiver is set and they're all in. Set to run for the Manicato. About to go. Racing. Mastic out fairly, Flavour slow to move, and Cullen bounded away. St. Christoph got away pretty well too, and Sunline's right up there second and third. Dandy Kid onto the name just off them, and Miss Penny Money settling down about 6th. In the run to the first turn now, pressure aplenty. Cullen from Sunline and Dandy Kid 3 wide. A length and a half to St. Christoph settling 4th on the rail, and then Sir Boom onto the name on the inside, followed by Slavonic very wide, and then Miss Penny Money. A length Mastic and Bulkhead, and then Vetiver. Oliver Twist next to last, and 2 to Flavour. Up the side, Cullen just led from Sunline on the outside, and Dandy Kid 3 deep. Sunline raced into the lead, took about a neck advantage before the turn. Then Slavonic and St. Christoph a length away. Sir Boom hard ridden. Then came onto the name, and Miss Penny Money pulled to the outside, but Sunline's dash for home around the turn, and the champion mare opened up a couple of lengths. St. Christoph coming home well on the inside. Then came Dandy Kid hard ridden, and Miss Penny Money with her challenge, but Sunline with a good lead in the straight. Miss Penny Money 2.5 behind her, chasing and trying hard, but the champion is home again. Sunline opening up and racing away, and this super mare Sunline wins it by 3 onto the name. Miss Penny Money third, and then came Sir Boom, followed by Oliver Twist and Bulkhead. Behind them Vetiver, St. Christoph, Dandy Kid knocked up with Slavonic, Mastic, Flavour and Cullen a bad last. Why would any of us have doubted her chances of winning today? Just the most dominant and comprehensive win, as you would expect, of this mare, retaining what is an unbelievable record, being unbeaten first up, unbeaten at the distance, and now remaining unbeaten at Moonee Valley. Another Group 1 on the Strathair, where she's won 3 occasions, took it from the front and demolished her rivals with a wonderful turn of acceleration from the 400. She's run the last 400 in 23.8, the last 200 in 11.9, and she's killed them. Super mare. Second placing going to number 8, Honour the Name, Damien Oliver, and third, number 14, Miss Penny Money, Patrick Payne.
Well, there she is, the champion mare Sunline. Absolutely demoralised the opposition in the Manikato Stakes, beating Honour the Name, which ran a very good race into second place, even though beaten clearly, and Miss Penny Money was third. We'll have the exotics on the Manikato Stakes soon as they get ready at Elwick for race 6 due in a minute. Stakes from Canterbury Park with the favourite still number 5 Higher. Here's Terry Bailey.
And the great mare Sunline, of course, last year. Higher, to my eye, looked absolutely ready for a first up kill. He looked fabulous in the yard, not super fit, but really fit enough to give this a great shake. Al Mansour looked well, but Higher, this horse that really has a huge rap on him for what he's done, runs the short price favourite. Pace of the race will be crucial. They're all set. Ready for the Warwick Stakes. Sir Regal stood well. Racing. Higher began very quickly out wide on the track. Sir Regal and Celestial Choir away well, and Al Mansour now pinging through, going to the front. Al Mansour's going to lead Celestial Choir, with Sir Regal rushing up to be third. 2 lengths away to Higher, 2 lengths Tributes, and 2.5 Kirkstall Lane at the 1,000 mark. Al Mansour in front for Beedman, but he's pulling, led 3/4 on Sir Regal. 2.5 Celestial Choir, 2 lengths away Higher, settling beautifully. 3 lengths Tributes and 4 lengths away Kirkstall Lane as Al Mansour puts on a good speed. Coming to the 650, it's Al out by a length on Sir Regal. 3 lengths away is Celestial Choir, and Quinn now starting to stoke up higher. He wants to go forward. 4 lengths away to Tributes, and 5 lengths is Kirkstall Lane as they approach the bend. Al Mansour in front, and he's running along, leading by a length on Sir Regal. Higher about to come out wide. Celestial Choir tracks up on the fence, and the others headed by Tributes as they turn. Al Mansour will straighten up by a length and a half. Higher is given full bore on the outside. Al Mansour at the 200 mark, over a length in front. Higher's having a battle to get on terms from Celestial Choir, but Al Mansour's got a kick in the locker. At the 100, he raced 2 lengths in front of Higher. Higher can do no more. Al Mansour in front, and he's run them right off their legs in the Warwick Stakes. Al Mansour by over a length to Higher. Third prize Celestial Choir, then Sir Regal, Tributes, and Kirkstall Lane last home. What's the time? They've run 1:14.77. Is that what they put up on the screen? If it is, it's a sensational run. I don't believe that to be correct. We'll just stand by and wait for the official time. Course record is marked at 1:16.22, so we'll stand by on that time. But Al Mansour, Darren Beedman has elected to make it a real race from the word go. And they were carving out very fast time coming off the back straight, and Al Mansour was always in charge of the race. Higher was being called upon by Quinn at the 600 metres mark to go forward, and he had a niggle. He was there on the corner if he was good enough, but the other horse, Al Mansour, has found plenty and has run away to win by over a length from Higher. Big day for John Size, 3 winners. He won with Matidi Road and Stanzake, and now it's Al Mansour who gave him great joy with his first Group 1 success when he won, of course, the Rider. And Len Beasley would be aboard today, but of course Len's sideline with suspension.
And there it was, this year's Warwick Stakes going to Al Mansour. Have the exotics.
His first 4 locked away. Yes, Gerard Hyden, Patrick's brother, owns the Hyden Sportswear Handicap. It just might be a little omen there with Sam Hyden riding Count the Night. Skylight Jimmy's moved up into the gates, most of them ready now. Favourite Joe Bananas, but it's a slippery grip on favouritism that he has. He's been easy. Backstop's been well.